Hello.
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 Hello. Good morning. Happy Monday,
doing?
everybody. How's it going?
How's it going for you?
How's it going for you? How's it going for you, Doig?
It's going pretty well.
Yeah?
Yeah.
How come? How come? Justify.
I woke up naturally.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a good time.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty pleased with that.
I woke up because a kitten wanted scrungles.
She wanted scrungles for me too.
She did. She was bouncing between us.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Well, I wonder who she went to first.
Me too.
I don't know what time she got me, but like I didn't really scrungle her. Cause she went to scrungle and then she went like behind me and I was like, no, I'm too tired, sleep now.
She probably bounced from you to me then.
Did you scrungle her? Did she? Like,
I did.
Did she properly scrungle next to you?
Yeah, she did. Then I stopped because I was like, I go back to sleep now, Sparrow. and so I think she ended up on the windowsill or something.
Oh, that's super cool. Yeah, look. You see my antlers?
Yeah. Oh, they're new. Look at Doig's new shiny antlers.
No. These are the old antlers.
Oh, everyone. look everyone at how old and terrible Doig's antlers
I've been
look.
doing changes to my model and I was like, look, I've changed the antlers. And India was like, have you? And I was like, yeah, they used to be more like sticky up.
Whoa, bits. Hey, thank you so much for the bits. Oh my gosh, Paperboy, thank you so much. 1,000 bits.
Yo, thank you.
That's huge. Thank you.
No, 100.
100 bits. I can read numbers. That's still huge. Thank you so much. Oh, and thanks for the kind words about the stream sub too. That's really cool of you. Listen, I can read,
bits.
and I can also tell the difference between Doig's antlers.
Nuh-uh.
He was working on his model last night, and he was like, "What do you think?" And I looked at it, and I was like,
You couldn't tell.
It looks great. The changes look great." And he was like, "Oh yeah, what have I changed?" And I was like, do you
You couldn't name a single thing.
I didn't. You look the same.
I don't.
I thought you did.
No.
I see slight differences now.
You see slight difference.
Yeah, you didn't have a scarf.
Well, I would take the scarf off to do some model changes.
No, I see your cheek positions
You
changed.
see them?
Yes.
Do you like them better on the newer one?
It's hard for me to remember because I've only seen the other one once, but I think so.
What about now?
What about now? I mean,
now?
yeah, I think I see the difference from what I remember from last night.
Oh, what do you do with a drunken dog? Oh, what do you do with a drunken dog? Oh, what do you do with a drunken dog? Oh,
Early in the morning.
Give him money.
Well, are you going to continue working on your model today?
I could.
So everyone's going to see the changes.
Or I could keep it a secret.
I mean, you just told everyone. Yeah, you just told everybody.
No.
You said it. You said it in front of all these people. Velocity Art, thank you so much for the subscription.
What do you do with a drunken dog?
Thank you so much. Is that why you were singing it?
Yeah.
Because you saw that?
Saw what?
The subscription.
Yeah, I was singing it out.
So you didn't say thanks for the subscription, you just sang the message.
The singing the message was the thank you. Thank you very much, Velocity. I got pulled up for not saying thank you enough in my life. I should say thank you all the time.
In your life?
Yeah.
Who pulled you up?
Let's not talk about it.
What? Oh,
There we go.
I remember this.
Yeah.
I remember this. I know what you're talking about. I'm still on your head. And then you can thank me.
Thank you.
You're welcome. It's harder to tell now. It's like you put some kind of non-square collider up there.
Yeah, there's no square collider up there anymore.
Ding dang it. Let it rip, let it rip, let it rip. Rip, rip. Let it rip, rip, rip.
Oh, I hear what you're doing.
Yes, finally.
No. No.
There's this,
No. We're not bringing it up.
the opening of Beyblades
No.
was online.
No.
And it's really cool. It's really well animated. And the song's dope. And Mike doesn't like it. He doesn't like the way it's sung. But I do. So we've been fighting over it over the weekend. I'm going to learn the song so I can speak it around the house.
No.
Doig doesn't like it because he thinks it should be more hype. Like the person who's singing it should sing it with more enthusiasm. But I like the lazy style of singing. I think it sounds effortless and cool. And it sounds different and fresh. And I like it. But Doig doesn't.
I just don't.
Let it rip. 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 Rip.
I just miss the 80s, 90s butt rock. Let's go. I wanna be the very best. Like no one ever was. That kind of thing. And yeah, it's just like Beyblade. Rip. Rip. Rip.
This kind of music didn't really exist back then though. Like that style of delivery. That's part of why I think it's cool.
But
what do you think about the Digimon opening song since Violet Spectrum art?
Oh no, is there another one?
I don't know. I haven't seen it. Do you want to link it in? Hey.
I wanna rip, 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 Beyblade, rip, rip, rip. Let's go, rip, 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 rip.
Oh my gosh, Violet Spectrum art, it's 2:30 a.m. for you. It's so late. It's so late. Go to sleep. Go to sleep. Also, thank you for being here. There's a boy who's screaming in the background. I'm gonna go and get him. A little kitten is wanting attention. Just give me a sec.
Have you heard the Rave Master opening by Real Big Fish? It's a trip. I don't know if we have.
I'd like to though.
I'm not sure we could listen to it on stream or not.
What's everyone's favorite opening to either an anime or just like a cartoon series?
I like the one with the boy that goes to space and gets the stars back.
Ah, I see what you did there.
Yeah.
I see what you did there. I like Blue Streak speeds by.
Well,
Sonic the Hedgehog.
too fast.
For the naked eye, Sonic the Hedgehog. Sonic! He can really move!
Oh. Sonic.
He's got an attitude!
Sonic.
He's the fastest thing alive!
Rip.
Let it rip. Rip. Rip.
No!
Rip.
I'll let you rip. You rip.
Ring-a-ding bling bling says the 2003 Astro Boy intro is the best one for me. Oh, I think Violet Spectrum Art linked it. You should open it so we can see it.
But what if it dumb-cars us?
What? Oh, I don't care. Do it. You can always mute it after a little bit.
It'll mute 6 minutes of our VOD.
Shh,
If
it's okay.
On
It's okay.
on YouTube, on Twitch.
Don't just play a little bit of it. 90s Spider-Man theme, the one with the solo by the Aerosmith guitarist. I'll just play it at 0.25 speed.
I like the Spider-Man theme. Spider-Man, gotta get Spider-Man, gotta get Spider-Man, man.
Spider-Man, gotta get on buildings, gotta swing from your web. That's it. Avatar: The Last Airbender opening is real good. That is good. Aurora's Forest is my favourite. It's the first opening to Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. That's also a good one.
What am I opening?
Oh, the link in chat. Dragon Lady says Pokemon, Digimon, Extreme Dinosaurs, and Street Sharks.
I mean, I like the first Digimon opening.
Benevolent Knight says Benevolent Knight says X-Men and Batman. TAS. Velocity Art says Rise of TMNT. Represent! Represent. Yeah, the first Digimon opening is awesome. Change into digital monsters to save the digital world.
That was back before the internet was a really big thing.
It was. I didn't like Digimon at first because I thought it was copying Pokemon.
No.
And then I watched Digimon and I was like, this is nothing like Pokemon.
Did you ever see the original movie that they made? Not the one after the series, but the one before the series.
I don't think so.
Malcolm really likes it.
I haven't seen it. We should watch it.
It looks really well animated.
If Malcolm likes it, we should watch it. He likes good stuff.
Yeah. Okay.
Weave says, I rewatched it recently, but the Zoids opening sucks ass. It's just them chanting Zoids for like a minute straight.
Zoid, 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 hey.
Did anyone else hear the theme say garlic champions? I didn't.
Digimon
but that's pretty
champions. Good. Everybody garlic champions.
Garlic champions, the force that fights vampires.
Garlic champions. They have a great sense of justice.
Velocity says you want a rocking
strong sense of justice.
Wait, I missed it. There, Velocity says you want a rocking old anime intro. Bakugan Battle Brawlers. You know what? I should catch it with My Hero Academia.
Bakugo.
Reading Bakugan reminded me of Bakugo, and I was like, I should continue watching that. I watched it until there was the arc where they saved the little girl. Lemillion is the best. He's the best character. I won't be taking questions or suggestions about that. Lemillion is the best character. Yeah, it was fun.
The question box is closed.
I'd like to watch it more.
Hey, cool.
Velocity says, Indy, don't look at Bakugo on Twitter. Too many spoilers. Yeah, that's one of the reasons I wanted to watch it, I think, too, is I heard recently that there were some developments with Bakugo. I don't know what they are. I just heard someone on a stream say that there's been some developments with Bakugo, so I was like, oh, I should catch up.
Did you guys just hear my microphone make a sound?
The cats are running.
That's Kuma jumping. Heavy boy.
Yeah, they're running back and forth behind the microphones on the desks. They're scampering around the room right now.
You didn't hear my microphone go. Wow, I'm surprised.
He just wants to play. He just wants to play, and we're like, we can't right now, guys.
I'm gonna rough him. I'm gonna rough a tumble him a little bit.
He's under the desk. He's down yonder.
Oh, get off there. You're gonna turn off our computer with your heavy paws.
You should go and turn their automatic toy on in the other room so that they have something to play with. Doig is gonna go and turn their toy on so that they are, they become fixated on it and not so much on pouncing on us. Aw, Kuma ran out after him. That's really cute. Yeah, how's everyone doing today? How was your guys' weekend? How old are the kitties? They're like 6 to 7 months old now. We've had them for about 4 or 5 months. Yeah, we got them when they were 12 weeks. It was 9 weeks. It was 9 weeks that we got them. You said it and I repeated it. And then I was like, wait. No. I just trusted you and that was wrong.
I think it's because 12 weeks is when they got their... What is that?
What?
The spinning...
It's a UFO. What's up there?
What's that?
What's up there? I don't know. I don't know.
Plate, maybe?
Maybe?
Oh,
It's tidied. Look, they solved the problem. Just like you wanted.
No, I wanted to know what it was.
See, PC Encrypted said, I had a blast this weekend. And Michelle said, good weekend. Had D&D, played games with friends, did some doodles. That sounds great. Ayanoki says, now that I got my multiplayer rock, paper, scissors game working, I'm working on the game design for a multiplayer card game. What the heck? That's awesome, Ayanoki. Oh my gosh, if you want any playtesters, then we'd be happy to.
Did you make the multiplayer game in Unity?
Space Pirate says, I made some goofy bumpers for my debut. Then my model's weight's broken. I've been fixing them ever since. Oh no! I hope it's a fast process to fix them.
Oh, Pilkey, we also played a little bit of Sea of Thieves.
Oh! Ooh! Oh, thank you so much for the bits! MCP95, thank you! That's so cool of you. Thanks so much. Look at them go, they're beautiful. Okay. Ah, the beautiful bit in its natural habitat on the stream.
Sticky bits.
Beautiful. Look at the way that it flocks together in herds.
How are you still winning? And I've been running around.
How am I still winning? Because I'm amazing. Because I let it rip. Rip.
No. Rip. No.
I want that one. There we go. When you're aiming for one and it's just like you can't seem to get it. Huh. Hey, we did it. Good job. Violet Spectrum said I had a good weekend of playing Splatoon 3 demo. Oh, heck yeah. Let's see. Clenched my jaw too much and got a migraine. Oh no. But still played some GW2 with Moot. And then D&D the day after. But I had to call it quits early because of clenching jaw from the day before because a bit of a miracle spasm in my shoulder. Oh no! What the heck? Everything's causing pain everywhere. I'm glad the Splatoon 3 Fest was good though. That's awesome. Hey JJQ, thank you so much for the subscription. Thank you for the Prime. Thank you.
Thank you for the Prime. Thank you for the Prime. Thank you for the Prime. Thank you for the Prime.
Oh, interesting. Bryson Robot says, and this is in a reply to a conversation that I think I've missed some of, but says, I went from feeling fine about stuff I make to why do I even bother at some point this weekend. Doesn't help, I usually end up in a low mood around this time. Yeah, it feels like everyone at the minute is kind of experiencing a kind of why bother feeling, and I think it's in the animation industry at least, I think it's partially to do with all the bad news we've had recently about stuff. I don't want people to feel that way though. It's always worth making something. It's always worth it. 100%. If you believe in something, you should go for it.
That sounds really cool, Kieran. I had a wee look at Unreal over the weekend, and it's scary. I bounced off it a little bit.
Oh yeah, you did look at Unreal Engine a bit, huh?
Yeah, I was just curious because a lot of people doing similar stuff use it, but it's a deep dive from what I could see.
Yeah. Is this Kieran talking about rigging the animator?
Yes.
I haven't managed to get my overlay to work, so now I'm streaming with my bare bones, bare ass Unreal setup on my burb T-poses dominance over in Blender. Don't even worry about it, Kieran.
Oh, we did that.
Yeah, when we started streaming, these guys, originally they were just T-pose models that would slide across the screen, and they were like that for a fair bit, like untextured boxes for a little bit. So don't worry about it. It's honestly, I think it's kind of cool to see the evolution. Losty says, being an artist right now has been really painful, especially with landscape artists being replaced by bloody AIs. The thing with AIs though is like, when you do a storyboard for something, you need the landscape to be in a certain perspective, and you need to arrange elements in a certain way to frame the composition. An AI can't do that. So landscape artists, at least in terms of backgrounds for TV and stuff, shouldn't be being replaced with AIs because AIs can't do what they need to do the job.
Cool.
That's the one thing that AI can't ape is intent. And I think that's one of the most important things when making something.
It's why it was made.
It's okay if like it doesn't need to serve any particular purpose, but as soon as it does, it kind of falls apart.
Yeah. And a lot of the stuff being generated is super derivative of like the other stuff that's fed into it.
Yeah, I hope that this lawsuit, whatever it is going to go through with this AI about the fact that it's been fed a bunch of people's art without their permission.
Yeah, because that's theirs.
Yeah, it's theirs, and especially if you're using it for commercial stuff, you shouldn't be allowed to. Because that is a huge like moral issue.
Oh, Muchel says, "Oh, I saw an AI generated comic today. It was terrible, nigh illegible because it couldn't wrap its head around how composition works."
Yeah, that's the thing, is that artists always put things where they put them and design things the way they design them for a reason. And AI art doesn't. And so you run into problems real fast as soon as you try to use it in any practical way. Like, there was that story about someone who was trying to use AI art in their game as an artist, and they like had to go and hire an artist to replace them. And they were like, "We need you to replace the last person we hired." And they were like, "Oh, what was the last person? Who's the last person? What was the problem with their work?" And it was just an AI.
Oh my god.
And they were like, "Well, there's your problem."
I figured out the error of what happened. Thank you for the dab. I should make the dab a redeem.
No.
Okay. Why
Yay.
not?
Because it's fun just to be able to type it in chat.
Okay.
If you hide everything that we can do behind redeems, then people who are new and don't have points won't be able to play around. Now look, you're dabbing endlessly. You brought this on yourself.
I wonder how this happened.
You brought this on yourself. Is that a crow mail I see? Alex says there are art directors and producers out there who genuinely believe that they can use an AI image creation to just get rid of artists. Everyone gangster until production. Sorry, it's hard to read from where I'm in the room. Everyone gangster until production artists ask, "What does that look like from the other side?" Right? Yep. Sounds great until you put it into your composition and realize it doesn't frame your character at all, and also doesn't match the perspective your board artists have put in. I think that AI could be a useful tool in the future, but I think if people are thinking it can just replace artists wholesale, I mean, they're welcome to try, honestly. Like, they'll just not make very good stuff.
Honestly, the best thing about it for me is if it would just clear up all the clients who aren't willing to pay artists to make what they want to do. If they can all just go and,
problem solved.
If they all could all just, you know, bugger off and use AI and not bother artists, then artists could, like, you know, make stuff for people who aren't terrible clients.
I think AI might be good for like idea generation, but I think as soon as you get into actually needing to make anything for a production, intent is everything. Like choosing intentional design is like goes a huge long way.
What's this?
Oh, this is cool.
Is this your T-posing bird?
Look at them go! Look at them go! I like how they point at the camera like, you. Yes, you. It looks great. Also, Surf's Up is a great movie, so I'm all in on this. Cromwell from Heckle Jackie says, "Can we all agree that AI stories are funny to read though?" Yes, absolutely. And AI images are very fun to look at too. I saw someone post a hedgehog cake the other day and it was terrifying.
A hedgehog cake?
Yes. Also, deep fakes may be terrifying, but they are also very funny when only used for comedy. Like, I saw that someone replaced William Dafoe.
Oh no.
Well, they replaced what's her name? Julia Roberts with William Dafoe in Pretty Woman.
Oh my gosh.
And it's amazing. It looks incredible. So I was very happy. So I'm actually I'm delighting in all this AI stuff because I think there's some very funny results from it. But I don't feel threatened. Like, I'm gonna make what I'm gonna make, and an AI won't be able to make the same thing. So I'm cool.
I like the one where it does the funny face, and then you put it on thing like Twilight in serious moments.
Oh my gosh, yeah. That's the one where it's like a phone filter where it pulls a stupid expression, someone put it over the top of a bit of Twilight, and it was just ridiculous.
It's good.
Ba 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 ba.
Yeah, so what are you working on today?
I'm going to be doing more Glim.
Alright, cool. Let's
Yeah,
go.
deepfakes scare me because they're getting so good. Like, I love seeing them used for comedy. I hate thinking about what they could be used for in terms of like the justice system and such.
Oh, this one. This one's curious.
Ba 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 ba. It's pretty cool. I like it. I like the result.
Yeah, I guess that's when you feed it in compositional information.
Yeah. You see, I like that. I think that would be like a good bouncing off point to develop this world. Like, it's a great starting point for idea generation. But it'd be very hard to do a show where every background was like just that. Ba ba ba. You know?
The image's tiny text reads, its image-to-image capability also makes artists obsolete since you can draw some garbage, describe what it's supposed to be, and have the model make it good.
Alright, good luck applying any kind of style to that.
Yeah.
Can you make it like a Jet Set Radio background? And make the architecture make sense? No? Oh, that's a shame, because our show is Jet Set Radio styled.
What's this focus on making artists obsolete, huh?
It's because people who aren't creative don't want to have to pay for someone in that position. And they will experience very quickly what it's like to not have someone in that position and become one of the people who's like, our last artist was an AI, can you please come and help us? We don't know how to actually do this without an artist.
Oh, Zetabuffin. The answer is kind of wrapped up a little bit in your question. So you're saying your models, this is from Unity, yeah? How you guys move around and interact with your environment? Well, the answer is it's done through Unity. All the C# scripting in Unity allows us to move around. It's some custom script running inside of a Unity game executable. And then we just pop that into OBS and stream it to you.
It reminds me of when 3D happened and everyone was like, 2D animation is dead!
No.
It's like, you can't just stop artists from creating cool stuff by having another tool enter the sphere. So it's like they'll see they're wrong in like 5-10 years when it hasn't worked out. I'm sure that AI will become part of the pipeline at some point, but I don't think it's ever going to make artists obsolete. So I feel unthreatened by it.
Is the actual overlay bits in Unity 2? Depends what you're asking. If you're talking about like the HUD, that's
chat.
OBS, and the chat's in OBS.
Like, yeah, the chat above and the little border, that's all just overlaid.
This is what's coming out of Unity. Just this.
Pilky says, I had someone asking yesterday how to make an animata stream. I've been slowly pushing Doig to try and start the tutorials again.
Yeah. I've been writing part 2, which is getting your character to look around. Yeah.
You see, the problem is that Well, I'll read the message first. Alex says, what's really messed up is you can tell the AI to specifically rip off a specific artist's style if they have an ArtStation or other portfolio and gallery page. It's like, what people don't seem to understand is that you're not just hiring an artist for the result. Like, an AI being able to rip off someone's style is like not great by itself, sure, but you're missing that artist's actual logical design sense and their contribution to the project in terms of their brain. Like, it's one thing just being able to ape a surface style of something. It's another thing having this person say, I think this would work better with this character design because of this, or I decided to add like this to, you know, your environment because of this. Like, you're missing all the contribution an artist would normally contribute beyond just the finished product of the work. You know, you're missing art direction. You're missing intent.
Yeah, you're missing all the skills that they've picked up along the way that you can't see in their work.
Yeah. You know, it'll end with one person sitting at the top, a non-creative person sitting at the top, with just a bunch of AI underneath him making stuff. And a show with like zero message or intent or direction beyond just looking like it's kind of pretty. And those kind of shows aren't really watchable.
Pilkey is saying that they basically just said follow Doig Swift on Twitch and subscribe to all their YouTube channels.
Aww.
Not having the tutorials up yet almost helps you grow more. I mean indirectly, but it would be good. The thing I'm worried about with the tutorials is I feel like the tutorials are going to be the first part in a conversation where everybody learns how badly I made this and everyone has suggestions on how to fix it, and then afterwards we'll all grow together and figure out better ways to do what I've already done.
That sounds terrible.
Yep.
Yeah, I can see why you're scared of that. Wow, what a terrible outcome.
I'm scared of that a little bit.
Why you be scared of like things getting better?
True. Because I'll have to go through the period of time where I'm like, I'm sorry.
I honestly think, one sec, I got a scrumple of boy. I honestly think that people seeing how thrifty your approach is will be inspirational.
Yeah?
Because people assume that you have to be really good to know how to do this. So learning that actually you don't know what the heck you're doing, I think is somehow more motivational.
Cool.
Because there's like no barrier for entry.
Yeah, so disclaimer. The tutorial will be like, this is how I did it. You can do it your own way. But if you figure out how I've done it, maybe you can figure out a better way. Etc. Etc. For instance, my mouth doesn't really sync up all that well. So I want to make that better. Mazeline. Contacting Indy on Twitter is probably one of the worst ways to get her, but there aren't any better ways because
The best way is to contact Mike.
yeah, the best way as tricky as it is, the best way to to get in contact with India is to either DM me and I will tell her stuff, or email dogswift@gmail.com because I tend to check that more. Or just ask here. Depends what's up. Hello, Coda. How are you doing? Thank you for bringing folks over again. How are you doing? How are you doing? How are you doing? Hello. Welcome. You're raiding our ship. I wonder if I can... There it goes. Welcome in, everybody. We can't hear the Cromwell and bomb sound. Oh. Oh, I turned that off. Here you go. Sorry about that. You never realized we were on our own ship. Oh, yeah.
We sure are. This boy wants pets so bad.
Oh dear.
I think I've reached pet capacity.
You've reached pet. Has he reached pet capacity?
I hope so.
Oh, and then you.
Oh my gosh, I'm so tiny! Oh my gosh! I'm double tiny. I'm double tiny and my body got long. Oh, he's got his toy. He's got his toy in his mouth. He's gonna carry it off, I bet. Go on, get in there. Get in that little bed. Mike and I are just watching fascinated because we bought this bed for him and he hasn't used it. So we're like, please use it. Please use it. Go on. Go on, get in there. Go on, little man. You can do it. Oh. I'm sorry, did someone just raid? Thank you so much for the raid. Oh, it was Coda. Thank you so much. How much, Cody? Let me check out this chroma while Mike's scrumpling the boy. In a way, people who think AI can replace artists are similar to people who think crypto can replace existing real currencies. They want to cut out a whole bunch of overhead and waste, but that so-called waste is a necessary component of the functional system, and cutting out is like removing the liver. You kind of need that for things to work properly. Yeah, exactly. Like, they'll learn. They'll learn, like, that an artist brings more to a project than just, like, a style or a pretty image. You know? It might take a little bit though, because people aren't going to realize that until they make mistakes. So I think we are going to have like a period of time where people are trying to get AI to replace artists and then going, oh no, what have I done? But that's okay. Like, whatever, growing pains. It happens in every industry, you know? I'm sure that filmmakers were equally upset and annoyed when they realized that, you know, CGI animation could be used to do some stuff and green screens could be used to do some stuff, and everyone thought it would be terrible and destroy film. And sometimes when it's used badly, it does, like, destroy film, but when it's used well, it can actually help. I think it's just, like, finding where it fits in the process. Inoki says, part of professional code? I'm sorry, it's really hard to read from where I am. It's code review. We look at each other's code and suggest improvements. It's very much like art critique. It's uncomfortable and scary at first, but it's basically how we grow in tech. Yeah. This is on why Doig shouldn't be scared to share his process and how he made this. Like, he's a little scared of sharing stuff in the tutorials on how he built this overlay because he feels like he did it in such a kind of backwards roundabout way that he thinks it's going to get judged by a bunch of people who know how to do it better. And it might, but you know what? Giving people the tools to do it themselves is more important. And honestly, as someone who doesn't know anything about coding, I'd appreciate the fact that it's like it's built by someone who was in the same boat as me but managed to do it anyway. You know, you weren't limited by what you could do at the time. He's still getting pets from Doig. Turns out I didn't pet the boy enough. Let's see. Just a Dog says, always enjoy watching. Love the setup with the ship and how you two are able to interact with the viewers like that. Thanks. It's all Doig. Doig built this whole thing. All credit to Doig. I helped by giving critique every now and then, but that's all I did. Filky said, advice from someone who's seen coding professionally for over half his life. Never say sorry for throwing things together to make them work. Professionals shipping software write terrible code all the time. All that matters is that the code does what it needs to. You can fix and optimize things later. There you go. That's from a professional. So there you are. I'm really excited for the tutorials to get further along. Which is why I keep pushing you to do them. I know he says the electric guitar did not kill the acoustic. It got tidied away, but autotune did not kill singing. Yes, exactly. I saw it on the delay on my other screen. You're correct. And this is just the same as that. Sure, some people will try and overuse it. Sure, they will. But they're going to realize they're big dum-dums pretty soon. It's never going to stop artists from creating things with intent that they're passionate about. Like, we're not so easily defeated. Just try and make me stop making things that I like. You'll never stop me making things I like. Good luck. How come Doig is like kind of normal size, but I'm tiny? Was he holding me when you were holding? Oh my gosh, I'm so small and I'm so long. I don't know why my body gets stretched every time I get tiny, but this is what happens. This is what happens. Where's Doig flying off to?
Cute.
He's so cute. Everyone, we have the cutest kittens in the world.
Do you want to get big again?
Sure, embiggen me.
Okay.
Take regib. Emok no SEO trot. Thank you.
What are you saying?
It's something that no one will ever get. It's from a book called SEO Trot by Roald Dahl, about a man who tricks a woman into marrying him by gaslighting her using a turtle.
I think people are getting it.
No way! You guys know SEO Trot. Take regib SEO Trot.
I mean, you said it's by Roald Dahl. They're not a very they're not an unknown author.
But SEO Trot's a pretty unknown work of theirs. It's a very short book about someone who wants the person whose turtle he's looking after to think that the turtle is getting bigger, so he takes it to a store and swaps it every 2 days for a slightly bigger turtle, and he tells her she has to say magic words to make it get bigger, and the magic words are just turtle get bigger over and over again backwards. So that's what that is.
Is SEO
It's tortoise.
I
think. Yeah. SEO Trot is tortoise backwards.
I see.
Yeah. I mean, it's actually a very charming book, but you read it and you're like, wow, this dude just kind of lied to this lady forever and never told her the truth. It's a good foundation for a relationship. Hey, you know that turtle you loved? Well, I sold it to a pet store to get you a bigger one so you would believe that your turtle was growing. So you would think I was amazing and marry me. But yeah, that's always stuck in my head.
That's how the world works.
Dragon Lady says the guy had 2 people stand on their head and shrink into nothingness, plus everything that happened in the chocolate factory. It's true. Roald Dahl is like, he's not scared to get gnarly with it.
Is that how I trick Swifty? Trick Swifty into what?
He replaces me every day with a slightly bigger bird, and I believe that I'm growing because of the power of love. That's how it works.
How does that work?
Don't think about it. It works. The logic fits perfectly.
If you're the one being replaced.
Shh. Works perfectly. Oh no, Pilky says, wait until Swifty realizes Kuma and Sparrow aren't getting bigger. Doug is just replacing them every few days.
That would be a trick.
I'd murder you.
You'd murder me if I was replacing the kittens.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, fair enough.
Of course I would.
Does that mean you wouldn't love every new batch of kittens that I got?
Yeah.
Wow.
Of course I'd love every kitten, but they wouldn't be Kuma and Sparrow.
Indio, which one is your favorite?
I don't have a favorite.
Which one of the cats is
I
your
don't
favorite?
have a favorite. I love them both.
I do.
I know you do. You stop saying it in front of them. I'm scared they'll learn English and hear you.
But the favorite changes.
Does it?
Yeah. Every so often.
How often does it change? Does it depend on whether they let you hug them or not?
Depends on whether they bite my feet.
It depends on whether they bite your feet. But yeah, I guess. Oh, what's this? Oh, the crowbells we.
Martina.
The crowbells we missed. Hold on, I got a Kurzak. I got it.
Throw them.
I got it. Wow. Let's see. Alex says, India, the problem is how will unemployed artists survive for the 5 to 10 years for the industry to get smart by its own hubris. No, I don't think everyone in the industry is going to suddenly use AI. There'll still be jobs out there for people. Just not with the people who don't appreciate artists enough that they would want to use AI instead. So it just means, if anything, you'll be working for better clients. Like, there's always going to be a demand for artists, so don't worry. Don't work for the ones who want to replace you. And you won't have to, because they'll be busy trying to replace you.
There's almost like...
Let's see. And Pilkey says if Doig is worried, he can always ask people to review stuff before making the tutorials. That's true.
Yeah. No.
Although there's no time. We just want to make them.
Yeah.
It's already been like, what, 8 months or something?
Yeah. I feel, you know, when we went to the beach and the waves and like the waves crash against you.
Yeah.
I feel like starting I feel like starting out as an artist trying to get money for your work is a bit like standing on shore with the waves hitting you, right? So like when you don't know what you're doing and the wave comes in and you get smacked in the face and knocked over, yeah?
Yeah.
Until you understand like what you're doing and you can like break the wave and, you know, go through it and do all the stuff that JJ could do. I feel like that's what kind of how getting work as an artist feels. When you don't know what you're doing, you keep getting knocked on your ass. And I almost feel like if you're in a situation where the only work that you're finding as an artist is like that people willing to give you money are these clients that don't really know kind of the value of what you can do, then how worthwhile is the learning experience of like you learning like what a bad client is? Yeah,
I feel like it's an experience we all have at some point, but it's not one you want to go look for, I don't think.
Yeah. So I almost feel like learn how to swim good outside of the wave pool, or the go learn to swim in a swimming pool, and then when you're a strong swimmer that can deal with the waves, then you can start getting those bigger. I don't know what this metaphor is going. Basically, if you're learning to swim, don't run into the ocean.
Yeah. And don't worry, like, artists want to work with other artists, and any good animation director worth their salt is going to want to work with artists, not AI. Any good animation director worth their salt is going to want to do something different and fresh and new and keep pushing the boundaries with people they trust and people they want to make relationships with in the future. No one wants to sit alone with Dali in a room and have that be their job as an artist. We all want to work with each other.
Yeah. I think when you're starting out and you want to make a career as an artist, you're like, any work, any paying work is good. It's not.
No. The target gets small real quick the closer you get to your goal.
Because I can see starting out artists, they're like, okay, I'm going to open up commissions, and they take on a whole bunch of low paying commissions, and they have all of these clients that they have to appease, and it's all for like small amounts, and it just keeps them so busy that it actually like prevents them from working and growing on things that are gonna help them level up. So if they spend all of their time for the amount of money that they might be making, for all the time they have to spend making it, they could potentially like get part-time paying work in something else, and then the other part-time put into, you know, like the work smarter not harder type stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know what I don't
know.
know.
People are saying that Rodol is a terrible person. Oh no, I don't want to know. My childhood. No. It's hard to believe that someone could write kids' books and be a terrible person, isn't it? I'm sure it definitely happens. But it's just like, how can someone so full of whimsy, like, not then be an asshole?
Maybe you have to be an asshole to write good stuff.
I don't believe that.
I don't believe that.
I don't believe that for a second. That would be a terrible world.
Maybe you have to be an asshole to become a published author. India.
Hey, what are you saying?
So I'm saying
What are you
nothing.
saying?
I'm just speculating. You know what, India? Did you ever do the commission thing?
I tried.
How did it go?
Bad. I wasn't very good at it. It was Mayday, Mayday. That's how it went.
Oh, was that the last time you tried it?
Every time I've tried it.
Every time you tried it.
Mhm.
Okay. Maybe we're just built different.
Why? What's your point?
Because I've never went through the commission thing either.
Well, I have.
Done maybe like.
What do you mean either?
Oh, I've done maybe 4 commissions in my life.
Mhm.
That's it.
Wait, what was your point?
I don't know. Just
Okay.
like me, you and I, like you crashed and burned when trying to get commissions, and
I did.
I never really got them off the ground.
Some people are very good at doing commissions. I'm not, unfortunately. When I opened commission, there was a combination of things between no one going for them was the first problem, was that I had no clients. And the second problem is that whenever I did commissions, I always got way too in my head and felt way too under pressure to produce one piece of work that people felt worthwhile for the money. And so I don't feel like I ever did my best work. You know, I was never super proud of the results, and I wanted to be, and I tried so hard to make them good, but I feel like in the trying to make them good and the pressure, my work became stiffer and just not as lively.
Okay, Kimmy said I started off with so many piss poor Fiverr commissions, and Space Pirate Fanware says you guys are lucky. I did hundreds just to afford food. Question to both of you, okay? Would you do it again? Do you think that what you did in that time taught you things that you needed to learn?
Yeah, like we were earning money in different means than commissions at the time.
I guess I went different. I graduated and then got a job, but that's not the usual case.
Yeah, but there's been times when we've really scraped by.
Oh, hell yeah.
And it's not been super easy. We're lucky now that we're in a position where we both have enough work to keep going for a little bit, but there were definitely times in the past when we were like, we have £30 in the bank. I don't know how we're going to do this. And in those instances, family honestly has come in clutch. I think that my parents have always been super supportive, and there have been times in my life when I've had to borrow money from them to survive, which really sucks because, you know, I want them to feel like I can take care of myself. I want to be the one taking care of them. I don't want them to have to lend me any money so that they know that I'm okay, so that my ego can remain intact, my pride, and so that I can be the one who's making their lives better and taking care of them. But definitely when starting out in art, they helped me out a whole bunch, and I'm very lucky because not everyone has that safety net. And I definitely only used it when I absolutely needed to, but having it there at all is like a huge privilege.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely don't think that when things got tough for Doig and I that we managed to just get by on our own. We had to ask for help.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember that now.
Because it's just like if there's no work coming in, if you don't have any work and you can't seem to make anything work for you,
what do you do?
And you got rent to pay, like,
I guess.
And you got food to eat, and you've got like £30 in the bank, what are you gonna do?
I guess if you can get those low-paying commissions, and that's what you got to do.
Except I couldn't get those low-paying commissions. No one wanted to commission me for anything. So, and when they did commission me, I felt like I didn't put out things I was super proud of, and that felt bad. I didn't want to do that, you know. I wanted to do something I felt proud of, and eventually doing that paid off. And that's not to say that there aren't people who do commissions who do amazing commissions. It's just that I'm not one of them. I think it takes a particular type of brain to be able to do commissions well. And I always admire people who can, but I always get stuck in my own head. Let me see what this scroll mail is. I wonder if Doig could make Sonic run around like a trash pot while playing music for a redeem. I bet he could. I think Doig was looking into putting Knuckles in at some point.
No, that was you and Ansa chatting about putting Knuckles in.
I saw you looking at his model. I saw you. You sit next to me and I can see your screen 24/7.
What?
India woke up.
Oh.
She was sulking because Doig had told her she couldn't eat the cat food anymore. Oh no. That the kittens needed it. Maybe she could find something else that the kittens like to eat. She snuck over to the sleeping Doig and bit his feet. Oh no! Oh! It's because Ben knows that I hate feet stuff now, so he's just like, he's running with it. Oh god. Doig woke up in a panic and flailed his foot, causing his big toe to go straight up into his nose. What? She could smell the... No! No, I can't read it anymore. I can't. It's too grody. I hate it. I hate it. Feet stuff makes me feel super weird. I'm not into it. I'm not into it.
I'm gonna start work now. Bye.
You're not gonna read any promails or anything?
Was there a Chromel to read?
Yeah.
Where?
In chat.
Space Crane. I'd say it taught me that I wasn't a delusional hack in that I can make money with my work, but that was only after getting knocked back from a bunch of jobs and having nothing else going for me. I don't know if I choose to do it again, but at that stage, and perhaps right now, I don't feel like I have any choice. I didn't come from a stable home, so I didn't have any safety net. I have a sense of pride about surviving, but I burned out hard and had no control over the content I made.
Yeah, you should feel a sense of pride of surviving.
Hell yeah.
Like, especially if you had no safety net, because that's difficult to do. And yeah, you gotta do what you gotta do. And you should be super proud of that. Because it's really tough. And you're doing it. So I'm proud of you. You should be proud of you too.
Heck yeah.
Ooh. Yes. Long Swift. Okay, I'll head over with you too.
All right.
Make sure that my NDI is turned off so you can see. You can double check that I'm not sharing anything I shouldn't be first.
Okay.
But yeah, we've been very lucky to have a safety net with my parents. They've been so supportive my entire life. I just want to get to the point where and lucky I'm at the point now where I feel like I can probably I think that I won't need to ask them for help again, which is something I'm really happy about.
I think you have to turn region of interest back on.
Okay,
And then
one sec.
good.
Okay, region of interest is on now.
Cool. Yeah, all good.
Alright. Who drew the NDA screen? That was our pal Rabbit. Let me link you to their Twitter because they're amazing. They've done a lot of thumbnails for us in the past as well for our YouTube channels. Their style is so awesome.
When was the last time you guys called your parents? Does it count if they called us?
Yeah, yesterday.
It's been a while since I've spoken to my parents.
You don't normally call them though, do you? You normally speak to them online.
Yeah.
You have like a Discord with them. Here you go, guys. This is the artist who did the NDA screens. They are incredible.
Nice. My face.
Yeah, the family Discord channel. I don't have that because my dad doesn't know what Discord is and would probably not find it very easy to use.
Okay, my family kind of get it. I hadn't thought to do it in a long time, but then the last time I went back, everyone had an iPad now or whatever. they're all pretty connected. I was like, hang on. You guys all have this, and you could just get Discord and we could talk to one another. So, I instigated it.
You instigated it. Good for you.
Yeah. Okay, I think I need... So basically what I've done is I've taken what was a kind of low poly model and I've kind of improved the topology a little bit. Because I want to make it so that my mouth can move a little bit more.
Huh. Why are my shortcuts not working? It's very weird. Oh wow, thank you so much for the bits!
Yo, thank you.
Pan of Waffles, thank you! That's super cool of you! Why is this looking so shaky? Okay, there we are, that's looking better. Cool. My skip keys are still not working though, weirdly. But yeah, also don't get it wrong as well. Before we moved to Ireland, before you know I got work as an artist, I had to make ends meet any way I could, and that involved taking stuff like waitressing jobs, restaurant jobs, sometimes multiple jobs at a time, while I was also working at a studio that wasn't paying me. So we've definitely like lived that part of life where it's like if you wanna survive, you have to do things that maybe you wouldn't enjoy doing.
There was a period where I had to borrow money from friends while working on a game together because I simply wasn't earning enough to cover my expenses.
Yeah.
And we got my friend won business grants and that gave us some income for a bit, which was awesome.
That is awesome. Your business friend coming in clutch.
Yeah.
Doig is a reindeer, right? he's a bear.
I'm a bear.
With antlers.
With antlers.
Just a bear with antlers, you know? As you do.
Reindeer. Excuse me. What's that on my head? What is that?
Because it says Doig is that creature from Multiverse. No!
No! Rain dog or whatever it is. You want to see the new antlers? They're not done yet.
Pilky says, I remember they're not horns.
This is also not done.
Does Doig know Santa? I don't know. Doig, do you know Santa? I'm gonna take the silence as a yes.
This is new
Oh, Kimmy says you won't get paid at a studio in Dublin? That's outrageous considering how expensive Dublin is. No, this was in England before I moved to Dublin.
Name and shame them.
I'm not gonna name and shame them.
Aww.
But yeah, the first animation job I got was where I moved to Dublin. So Boulder Media paid, and they were like, it was a great place to work at the time when I was there. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I think
I
Boulder
met a lot
Media
of cool
is
people.
the first animation job you actually count as an animation job, right?
Oh, 100%. It's the first animation job I got. Yeah, 100%. I was out of university trying to find an animation job, and you know, got in inverted speech bubble, whatever it is, in air quotes, I got hired by this company straight out of university. And I was with them for like a good 2 years, and they kept saying they were gonna like put me on the payroll and pay me, and it didn't really happen. And when it did eventually happen, it was much too low for me to be able to afford to live. So during that time I was working like 9 to 5 at the animation studio, and then going to a restaurant where I waitressed, and then I was waitressing at a different cafe on the weekends in order to afford the rent I had to pay. So that was really tough. It was like a rough time. I ended up leaving that studio, by the way, to everyone who's worrying and was wondering. It eventually got to a point where I was like 2 years in, and I was like, hey, I can't, you either need to pay me or I can't afford to stay here anymore. I just can't. And I ended up leaving.
Our weed there says leaving a brick through the window, right?
No. You see, it was tough because I was friends with some of the people who were there, and some of the people running it. So, like, I believed in their projects and I believed in them, and I wanted to help them. But it got to a point where I was like, even though we're friends, I can't do this on the promise that one day eventually I'll get paid once the studio is doing this or doing that, or once this amount of time has passed. Because at the minute I feel like I'm just being strung along, and it's been a long time of being strung along, and I want to work in a studio where I feel like I get to do the kind of work I want to do, and I'm around the kind of people who will help me out with that, or like, you know, I can pay my rent and everything. I want to be where the people are. I want to see them dancing, walking around on those, what's that word again? Oh yeah, feet.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's why sometimes I warn people not to fall into the trap straight out of university of just being like, just give me a job, any art job, please, I'm desperate. Is to not get taken advantage of. First says, I've quiet quitted at my job, but I'm planning on quitting soon. So quiet quitting, right? It's just doing what you're paid to do. I mean, I personally love going above and beyond for a job, but only when, like, I trust the people and I really enjoy the job.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think that should ever be expected. Like, you should never be punished for not doing that.
Yeah.
Saying that someone going home at 5 o'clock and coming in at 9 is quiet quitting. It's so weird. Oh, Kimmy says, I recently saw a guy on Twitter replying to a job ad telling the studio he doesn't have to be paid and he can do the job for free. I mean, I guess if he can afford to do that, but he shouldn't do that anyway. Like, anyone who would take advantage of you like that. Like, obviously it works slightly differently if it's like your friends all doing a project together. But if you're a company, or if the company is the one making the decisions. It was just some young kid, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, no, don't say that. It's not worth it. Like, honestly, I lost 2 years doing that. And I wish I could get those 2 years back. And
knocked your confidence as well.
It really knocked my confidence. It was because of that I didn't end up getting a job in animation till like I was like 27 or something, because I was too scared to apply for anything. Because one of the last things they said to me when I left that company was like, good luck finding a job somewhere else. Once you walk out that door, it's closed. And it really did a number on me. Confidence wise, I was too scared to apply for any animation jobs after that because I thought they were going to say I wasn't good enough.
Do you know why they said that?
Probably because they were annoyed at me leaving.
They weren't annoyed, I don't think. Well, partially annoyed, but They wanted to scare you enough to stay. Because they were scared that you were leaving.
Yeah.
Because they could see just how fucking amazing you were.
Well, it stopped me from getting into animation much earlier. So yeah, I wish I could take those 2 years back and do something else. I wish I could have spent them creating something that I really cared about. If I was going to not get paid, I'd rather have not got paid while making something cool.
Making your own stuff.
Than get strung along like that. Yeah. It was a dick move. And it's probably one of the reasons that we're not in contact anymore.
Eventually, I think they saw how valuable you were, and they started to offer you like work, like short work commission things that were paid, which I think shows that the money was there. They just tried to figure out how to do stuff without it.
How early did we meet? We met like 9 or 10 years ago? How long ago was it, Doig? Doig knows.
I met you in 2013, which was after all that.
Would we have met if I didn't do those 2 years? We might not have. Wait, we might have though. Because we met because of Facebook. The necessary evil.
Yeah, and you had done... I found you because you wanted to do that Disney internship.
Yeah.
And that was probably just after graduating, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, we would have met anyway.
Yeah, we would have met anyway. That Disney internship.
But you might not have still been in Manchester.
Yeah.
Or near it.
I wanted to do a Disney internship with this game company called Disney Interactive. And I was like, this is my big break. I was so excited about it. I put all of my effort and work into creating this work I was really proud of to send to them. I put my all into it, and I was one of the people they selected to interview. And I was like, this is it. This is when my life begins. This is when my career's going to start. This is when I'm going to get into the amazing world of animation and games. I completely fucked up the interview, guys. I fucked it up so bad. I don't know what happened. I was so scared and nervous that I just could not, I kept saying things that were intended to sound charming or come out of my mouth in a different way, and they kept coming out of my mouth sounding like I was this overconfident, arrogant dick. And it's like it was so horrifying because I could see it happening in real time, and I could hear the way it sounded, and it wasn't the way that I had tried to say it in my head, and it happened 3 or 4 times, and I was like, what's happening to me? What is this? What's taken over my body? Why am I making jokes and they're landing so flat? Or why am I saying things and they're coming across in ways I'm not meaning them? It was bizarre.
Was it you trying to sound more confident than you felt?
I think it was me trying to be more casual than I felt.
Yeah. I think.
But it just didn't. It didn't work. But it was didn't work in a way where it's repeatedly didn't work aggressively.
Yeah.
And I could not. I tried to stop doing it, and my mouth and tone kept doing it, and I was like, what is happening? I came out of that interview and I just cried.
Kieran says, see, when that happens, I assume it's shoehorned plot points in the script of my life.
Yeah.
Those scenes you watch in a movie, you're like, why are you doing that?
What are they doing? Why are they doing that? It's I had no control over my body. It's like someone else took control. And I was like, I'm going to fuck this up for you. Yeah. I got out and I just cried. And it was really tough as well because I had to go to London to do this thing. And my friend was in London and was like, oh, we should meet up after the interview and we'll go and have a celebratory dinner and stuff to say well done for doing it. And I was like, that sounds great. So I came out of this thing and had to immediately go meet my friend. And I was trying not to cry in front of my friend so hard. And my friend was asking all these questions about the interview, and I was just like, I don't know what to say. I am not
What you say
getting
in that
this.
scenario is you let them know that you tanked it, and then it becomes more legit. I think part of that was like you weren't putting out a sincere energy.
I was trying to though, because I was sincere is the thing. I was sincerely excited to get to work with them. I was like sincerely stoked to be there. And
you said you were trying to be casual.
I was trying to be like normal and likable.
Okay.
You know? I was trying not to fangirl, but also trying to convey that it meant a lot to me to get like the interview there.
Yeah.
And it's that has never happened since, so I don't know what happened that day. I don't know what happened to my brain. Like, I think it was just like too much pressure and my brain just could not handle it.
Yeah.
And it just malfunctioned completely. I've never had such an instance though of me trying to say something perfectly nice and reasonable and it just coming out of my mouth sounding like it had this weird tone on it.
Happy, hopefully, going back to the moon day. NASA's Artemis 1 is launching in a few hours. They're going to the moon? That's awesome.
Sorry, I didn't mean to hit my microphone there. That's amazing! Heck yeah! Back to the moon!
I wonder how reading chat has increased. Doig and India's reading comprehension speed has probably slowed us down. I don't know. Yeah, Kieran earlier, Macintosh, it is Mac. Yeah, Macintosh. Was saying that they did an work experience at, I guess, Disney Interactive in Edinburgh, and that nothing came of it. I think seeing that Disney like internship is like that's it, that's gonna make everything happen was probably what tanked your brain, because you were like, if this goes badly, my whole life goes badly. Knowing the person that went through that year, it ultimately didn't really change their life. I think it actually did an absolute fucking number on them.
Oh really? How come?
Because, and it was probably a good learning experience, but it was a tough one. You leave that alone. You leave that alone. You're mine. I think it was a case. My friend did it for the year, but he decided that, well, because it was running in a year that was in the middle of his like university time, he basically did 3 years, then this Disney internship for a year, then came back and did a year, his like honors year. But the year he spent there, I think there was it's not just you that gets it, it's a number of people get it at the same time, and you basically work together with the other interns. Right. So it wasn't you going into an environment where you are like working in teams that you're not working necessarily in professional teams. You're working together as almost like a think tank, where you're kind of learning skills and doing assignments as this group of graduates, pretty much. And what happened was there was one graduate who was like super good, and my friend always felt like he was living in that person's shadow throughout the entire year. And so like I think he basically went from feeling like maybe a big fish in a small pond to a smaller fish in a small pond, and that inferior feeling kind of haunted him a little bit, where he like got into his own head.
Interesting.
Because I hadn't seen him like that before he went.
Did it instill like a self-doubt?
I think it just like I think it knocked a confidence that was there.
Interesting.
But I think it wouldn't have knocked him quite so badly if that didn't already exist. But I think doing the year there was both like good and bad for them.
Yeah.
It was a learning experience for sure.
I definitely think now, having had like big distance from it, I'm happy that I didn't get it. It would have channeled me into a career path that I wouldn't have been as happy with. Like, I might have ended up working on games that I didn't feel passionate about rather than animation that I do.
Yeah.
So I'm personally happy now that I didn't get it, but it was still a horrific experience, that interview.
I'm really glad that like the friend that went through it. I think they've had this kind of career path that was kind of similar to mine, where they bounce around a bunch of different jobs. But I think this year and last year, I think they are
they've come into their own, right?
Yeah, I think they're doing the thing that they clearly have always wanted to have been doing.
And it's taken off.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not going to say who it is because obviously you're keeping their name stumm for a reason, but they've started doing these little comics, and like the response to them is huge, and it's really cool to see them like thriving with that.
And they always did those sort of illustrations and humor and little skits, and like when I first met them, that's what they did. And it's really cool to see that like that is what people are responding to.
Yeah.
He's done a whole bunch of like game art and all this stuff, and it's like coming back to like
what they used to do in school.
What they did. Yeah. What they did for fun.
Art is a wibbly wobbly path for a lot of people.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to hear that Glim also had a terrible interview. It's the worst. Like, it really does knock your confidence. And confidence is a huge thing to artists because we have to dredge up internal stuff so often to make art. Paperboy says passion will always show, and I think people will see that in your art. You can only produce good stuff when you have fun and passion for it. I agree. Like, I'm sure some people would disagree, but I honestly think that you can tell when someone loves what they're doing. That really shows, and it instills this kind of energy and joy into the work that you only get when people are really enjoying what they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
Always on fire, our house, our dream. We were dancing on a wire, reckless it seemed. I never felt like this before. When I was trapped, you showed it all.
Banana Manga Bango says, I bet Doig could come up a quick fighting game with the Doig Swift models and background. That'd be pretty rad. I love fighting game animation so much.
Like a little smash.
Oh, someone saw Edge in Girl in the Glim online.
Did they?
Yeah, I checked Twitter this morning and they were like, who is this person? And who was it who replied? I can't remember, but someone replied, like a friend replied, and they were like, I think that might be Edge from rival schools. Like, maybe he's in there.
Is he going to reappear in any other scene?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe. I got no reason to complain. I truly think one of the worst things about the fact that green lights are controlled by people who are more focused on the business side and non-creative, is that there is an overwhelming opinion that in order to create a smash hit, you should just emulate what's already been successful, and not take risks on anything new. When I think actually the opposite is true. And all the stuff that I know that's been a hit has all been the first of its kind or different, or had something special and new about it. So I think people at the heads of companies greenlighting stuff to try and stay safe and play into what they already make are making huge mistakes.
Well,
the new is always the stuff which is groundbreaking.
marketing data can't predict new. It can only analyze present and past.
Well, then it's useless.
Well, that's why you need innovators.
Yeah, but the thing is, you base everything on what you've done previously and what other people have done previously. You're going to miss out on the opportunity to greenlight stuff which would make a huge splash.
Yeah.
Greenlighting stuff for quality rather than whether you have something like it before, whether it sounds like something you already have or something that was already successful.
Yeah, they'll also make decisions that are like, oh, well, we're already doing that, so this one would just compete with what we're already doing. And it's like, that they could do that for one of the greatest ideas they've ever heard, but because it's so similar to something else, it's like, nah, this one's not a go.
And sometimes it's not even that it's so similar. Sometimes it's just like, oh, this one has like a cat in it and that one has a cat in it.
Yeah, surface level similarity then.
We can't have two cat shows. And Kieran says, I think a lot of great stuff has elements that are novel but has something safe at its core. Like Rise has a TMNT history and Arcane has the LoL fan base. That's true. He says while making a pitch for not that at all. Yeah, that's true. I didn't think of it that way. But that's a good point.
I think a big reason that things do well is why they're made. And there's a why at the heart of a lot of things being made now, where it's like, why does this exist? Why is this story being told? And at the top there's kind of like, hey, you know, we have this IP and we should probably make some money from it. And then everyone else below has to try and work out why is going to engage with an audience enough.
Oh, and what's going to engage with them personally as well. They have to work out, like, what is it about this project that I love that I can bring out the best parts of it and do something new with it. Like, how can I make this work for me in a way where I'm excited to work on it and we're doing something innovative and cool?
But I really feel like you need someone making something and having a really, really, really strong
Why.
And that's something that I think when you're pitching anything has to be in there. Like, you have to answer the question of, why do you want to tell this story? What does this mean for you?
Some of the best pitching advice I ever got was why you? Why now? Like, why is this relevant right now? And why is it important that why is it important to you? Let's see that. Let me catch up on chat a little bit. Confetti Penguin says, that's sad because a lot of good things for companies taking risks. Look at games like Apex Legends. That game was a huge risk. They told no one about it. Has been developing it in secret, and when they were going to reveal it, they were going to release it too. They basically gambled on the game doing good with just belief and hope, and look at Apex now. It's awesome. Pokey says doing something different and with care, and people love it. I mean, look at cartoons for young kids, and most are awful to watch as an adult, but then you can have something like Bluey that has bits in it only adults will get, so it's parents watching happily with their kids. Sorry, Mike, what were you going to say?
I'm going to retract it anyway, so it's fine.
You're going to retract it?
Yeah.
What were you going to say, and why are you retracting it?
I sometimes feel like marketing, as much as it's able to get things out there, like for instance, the trailer for Rise.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it reached. I feel like the trailer for Rise reached a certain amount of people. But what it. Okay, here's my point. Sometimes I feel like marketing ruins the thing itself because it takes out some of the story and lays it out in a way that wasn't intended to be revealed as such. And sometimes I feel like marketing takes the best parts, slaps them together, presents it, and goes, you should look at this whole thing. And that we've relied on marketing to try and convince people to look at something. And I hate it when trailers create expectations for something for me before I've even seen it. But we need a way to get people, to convince people to get stuff. But with the Rise of the TMNT movie, there was so much discourse about like plot points because this trailer was so like revealy that people kind of knew bits and pieces before going in, and I really wish people had seen that film fresh. But it's just this catch-22, this double-edged sword of like.
At the same time, yeah, it was a great trailer in terms of like the hypeness.
Yeah, it got people being like, well, maybe I will give this a shot.
Yeah.
So that's why I was like feeling like retracting it.
Yeah, like marketing sure did their job with that trailer.
But I do believe that what they should have done and what they actually did after that trailer was show the prologue.
Just have the prologue as the
just
trailer.
The prologue. Here's what you're going into. Come along. That's what I would have done. And like, I feel like you don't spoil the rest of what's going to happen afterwards. You just ask that question. Mm-hmm. And I really do feel like a lot of marketing is just like undermining storytelling in a way that is it's bombarding people with all of this stuff all of the time.
What would you think too? Like, how cool would it be to change the way that films are marketed? And I know this makes no sense economically. That's the problem, is that like it feels to people like it would be a waste of money. But what if there was a budget for trailers that meant that the directors could direct the trailer and shoot new footage for it, and the trailer was like maybe made alongside the film, maybe made afterwards, but it was in everybody's contract that as well as making the film they would also shoot a trailer, and they could creatively decide what that trailer would be. So it's its own piece of cinema, almost like the Frozen trailers were.
Yeah.
Do you remember they like?
Yeah, they had
little shorts almost.
Yeah.
But you could make that be whatever you wanted. Obviously, people wouldn't go for it in the film industry because it's like, why do that when we can just cut together existing footage and only have to pay the editors and marketing X amount? But imagine how cool it would be if the director could be like, I want to do this for the trailer. Because the trailers would become pieces of art in themselves, and they could end up saying so much more about the film.
Yeah, I think that would be genuinely cool.
Yeah.
I think that would be genuinely cool. That would be creative.
Yeah.
What if the trailer ended up being a poor reflection of the movie? That's what trailers are. They're piss poor, shallow reflections of what's actually in the movie.
Yeah,
but
that's what they are currently. It feels like.
There's another example. There's the trailer for Kubo and the Two Strings. Okay.
Uh-huh.
There's a character in Kubo and the Two Strings that was like shown in the trailer as being a friend. Okay.
Yes.
But the setup in the movie for the character is that they're kind of like they're pitched as kind of like a scary element to begin with. But I knew that they weren't. I knew absolutely that they weren't.
It undermined the filmmaking.
Yeah, it undermined the storytelling of the film because it was like, oh, they're introducing this character, but I already know that this character is a friend.
Yeah, I know from the trailer that they're going to be laughing together in 20 minutes.
Yeah, in
so
like 30
I don't
seconds.
feel any threat from this character.
And that peeves me to no end. So I have just taken to just stop. I've stopped watching movie trailers. I've just straight up stopped.
Yeah, like now if you're interested in the premise of something, you'll watch it without seeing the trailer.
I really like going into a movie not knowing anything because that is what the director wanted for me. That is how films and stories are supposed to work.
Well, because the director didn't have any hand in the trailer, they never know what's going to be in the trailer, so they can't plan for it.
It's
They can't write a... Hey, Jonan! They can't write a story like knowing what the people are going to put in the trailer, so they can't account for that in the storytelling. Hey, Jonan! How the heck's it going, dude? How are you?
Get bombed.
Get bombed. Take him down, crew. Take him all the way down to Ground Town.
Get him. Oh, there's a couple of survivors.
Unacceptable. Destroy all of them. Ha 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 ha. Welcome. Thank you so much for the raid.
Hello, everybody.
Hey,
Welcome
everybody.
in. We're talking about why movie trailers spoil the movies.
I'm Swift. He's Doig.
I'm Dog.
We make art and animation. We're doing some stuff over here. We're making a trailer. Come on, Doig. Come on, Doig.
Yes. Here we are. Hello, everybody.
Here we are.
Welcome.
I'm doing some animating. And Doig is doing some work on the overlay models.
Giving my mouth some more polygons to chew on.
Shoda says, I find that in poor taste. My whole family was obliterated by cannonballs. See, it's tradition. What were you guys doing at Jonah's stream? What were you up to?
I'm gonna stare into your souls.
Preparing to get cannonballed.
Yeah. We're talking about how trailers, when they give away too much or they give away anything really, it undermines what the storytelling and the direction of the movie was about. And so like you have this whole subset of people. Like if I know what I'm getting when I'm going in, it's almost like every time I bump up against a scene I remember from the trailer, I'm like, oh, I know what's happening here. Like this scene has lost an aspect of surprise for me. And like it's only in the first viewing, but like you can't get back a first viewing of something unless you like,
You can never unsee.
I don't know, amnesia yourself and then see it again or whatever. But like you can't get that back. And if you I don't mean spoilers just for twists. I feel that this is stupid. Spoilers is like having a second-hand experience of anything. If someone's telling you about something and they're like, oh, I really liked it when this character does this. You're like, oh, okay, well now I know that character is going to do that. And I know that, but I don't know like how, when, what, and where. But I know that small enough piece of like when it happens, I have that little bit of like, oh, I kind of knew that was going to happen feeling.
Yeah, Doug and I are kind of, we kind of tighten spoilers. We count even small things as spoilers. Like anything, for example, playing the game Monster Hunter. Anyone telling us about what they think the coolest armor is, or like what kind of sword we can get from what kind of monster, that's spoilers to us.
It's like
It's
death
like
by
I want to.
death by 1,000 cuts on Discovery.
I want to discover that myself. I want to beat the monster and then be excited that I run up to the forge and discover for the first time for myself what kind of sword or armor I can make. I don't want to know what has the most powerful armor. I don't want to know what has the most powerful weapons. I don't want to know what they do or what they look like. I don't want to know what kind of monsters there are. I don't want to know what kind of new weapons there are. Like, that's all stuff I want to discover.
Yeah, and I think we're robbing Discovery from people by marketing things to them in the way that we're doing it now.
Just in the way that we're doing it now. Yeah, I think marketing's important.
I think your idea of like shooting new stuff that is like a small nugget of the world is an interesting kind of alternative pitch.
I think it's easier to do. It's not easier to do with animation. It's always hard to do. But for example, this little trailer I'm doing, I got to storyboard this from scratch. And that's been really fun. Admittedly, it's partially because what I'm actually marketing is a comic book. But it's been nice to be able to kind of direct this.
Yeah. Yeah, Ben's like, oh man, I hate it when I'm playing an MMO or something and a friend gives me high-powered gear.
Oh, me
I'm
too!
Like, no, my experience.
Yeah, me too. It's like, and they always mean well, so I'm never like upset at the person ever. I like actually really appreciate it, but I'm never gonna want it.
I feel like that's the get you up to speed syndrome, because they want their play to be similar to what they're doing, so they're like, I'll get my friend up to speed where I'm at so that we can have an unjarring experience.
Yeah, like using Monster Hunter as an example again. If you start playing Monster Hunter and you're like, oh, I really want to get into this game, will you play it with me? And they're like, oh yeah, we'll get you like to hunt, we'll fast track you to Hunter rank, extreme really, really fast. Don't even worry about it. We'll, if you go and hit this monster first and then we go and do that monster, then we can get you up really fast and I'll give you some armor that's like, would trivialize every monster for you so you can get there. It's like, I don't want to like speed run the game.
Yeah, I don't want to play with you.
I want to experience it. Like, you come down here.
Yeah, it has a rebound effect.
Yeah, I think that's what put me off playing Minecraft initially. Is I was playing with you and some others, and you guys had obviously already been playing for a really long time.
We have so many crow mills.
And had a really good grasp of the game. And I didn't. But rather than learn how to craft things, I just got given a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, there's like, I feel like I've kind of missed the experience of what Minecraft is at this point. You've just given me, you forged for me the best armor and given it to me.
Yeah.
I didn't have to work for this, so some of the satisfaction of me achieving it is gone because I don't feel like I achieved it. Do you want to get through some of the chromels?
I will get through some of the chromels and then I'll have to head off shortly. Okay, let's see. With all this advice, great advice, and unhappy times, here one of your previous streams that I watched when I need inspiration and advice, and when I need a good laugh.
Oh.
I can't click on that link to see which one it is, but I can copy and paste it. So, let's see.
We can't guarantee our advice will always be good, by the way. But that's why it's nice to have like so many experienced people in chat.
Sonic for 50 minutes.
Oh, the Sonic one.
The Sonic one.
Yes.
Oops, it
Truly
did not
inspiring.
work. Maybe it went straight to the Sonic part. Okay.
Whenever I want to get inspired, I just listen to Swifty talk about Sonic.
Let's see. Other Chrome mails include, the worst marketing in my opinion was the stuff for No Way Home. Tom Holland said the plan originally was just to show the conflict between him and Doctor Strange, and all the leaks of the villains happened, and then that led to the speculation of the other two Spider-Men. Imagine if none of us had any idea that they were in it.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
That would have been so fun.
As everyone, yeah. But I feel like a part of that is because of the machinery of Hollywood is they have to let you know, probably in contracts and stuff, they have to let you know which actors are going to be in which movies, because actors gotta go on them tours and gotta help promote and everything. So like keeping it quiet for the villains actors involvement is a catch-22 as well. But
You could totally do it though. If you had that intent, then you could do it.
Yeah, big name actors are a huge part of marketing. But like if you talk to them and be like, okay, we really want to blow some people's minds and have this like be a memorable thing, I think actors would go for it.
Oh yeah, of course. Well, they would have to. It would be in their contract.
Or that, yeah. The teaser they ought to play on Netflix to advertise the Rise movie is far better than the 2-minute one we got. I think it's teaser 1. I kind of wish that had been the first look because it does a really good job laying out the stakes, and I love the beats it has with the music.
Oh, I haven't seen it.
Not sure I've seen that. On another pet peeve is why I buy a collector's edition of something and it has some kind of super gun or armor at the beginning of the game.
Yeah.
Don't want it! Yeah, no.
Don't want it. Yeah, agreed.
I think we played Monster Hunter World with Onsta, and like it's like, hey, here's an S-rank armor that you can just
want
just
the
use.
Iceborne thing? We saw you bought it. As a bonus for the Iceborne thing, we're going to give you 150 mega potions, all this S-rank armor, and other stuff. And it didn't even tell you the armor was like super high rank. So Onster and Doig just chose it, being like, oh, this looks cool. And then we were like, why are these monsters so easy to beat?
Why are we tearing them apart like paper?
It's like, oh, because the game has absolutely trivialized the challenge for you.
Yeah, the games try to be like, go play the later content. We're like, yeah.
Yeah.
Here we go.
I also ignore it, but it's annoying to like come back from a quest and see like 500 mega potions or something in your box.
Don't forget to save, and getting up at 3 for work and still wanting to be creative online is a real struggle. You guys make my rough morning so much more bearable. Thank you.
At 3?
What the hell? Why
At 3?
why are you getting up at 3 though?
3?
Look at this
Bonkers.
mess.
Honestly though, I think I am going to start trying to get up at 5 a.m. again.
Cool.
I've got some personal projects I want to do, and there's never feels like there's time at the end of the day.
Just wake up when Sparrow scrungles you.
Yeah. The problem with like trying to do stuff after work at the end of the day is that which is fairly often to happen, if I don't feel like I've got enough done during the day, I haven't like met my mental quota to what I thought I should have done, the temptation is to keep working on it to make sure I can get it done, which means that all my personal projects get pushed like into the future. So doing it early in the morning ensures that I don't fall into that trap because I've done work on it before the day started.
So Fox says, I have a friend I've played Monster Hunter, Duke Nukem 3D, and Borderlands with. In every instance, he just wiped the floor with all the monsters while I was still trying to get my bearings of what was going on. Then he'd throw me any leftover loot if there was any.
Oh, that sounds awful.
Monster Hunter is good in the structure that everyone kind of gets rewarded their own rewards and all their own carvings. I like the way Monster Hunter does it, of like, even if you're along for the ride, the game is still like, it's okay. It
treats you like you're a full member of the party and gives you equal rewards to everyone else.
Similarly, people can't pass you rewards or gear or anything. You have to earn it.
Which again stops people from being able to just give you all the stuff to help you forge something.
Yeah.
But I do kind of wish it did let you do that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because it would be awesome to be like, we have to go fight this Tetranodon. I need a plate so bad to make my armor. and your friend's like, you know, you're like, oh, I got the tail, but I didn't get the plate. And your friend's like, I got a plate. And you get to kind of work together like that. But I do also appreciate that it doesn't let people just hand you down high rank everything.
Yeah, people would just give you all the mats all at once. Just be like, make this set of armor.
Yeah,
so
and I wouldn't want that.
Yeah.
I would want it more to be like a collaborative. Can we get this person their set of armor if we all work together really hard?
What people should do is make swap to a low level armor set to be on the same level as their friends in Monster Hunter. That's something I really appreciate about
Yes.
Monster Hunter, is that a lot of your stats are linked to what you're wearing.
Everything is.
You do get some bonuses and stuff outside of it, like
what?
say they've reached a point in the game where they can make like mega demon drug or something. Then they can up their attack output by chugging on them potions that you wouldn't necessarily at the start of the game.
So.
But it's just a percentage up.
But in terms of not items,
And
all of your actual
meals,
stats
yeah.
are linked to your armor, which means you can just put on a lower level armor set and your attack and defense will be equivalent to whatever a beginner's is.
Monster Hunter is a lot of fun. The only thing I kind of wish is for the world to be more open, then I'd play it forever. Which Monster Hunter have you played recently, Ben? You played World, which is pretty damn open. Yeah, World is... Yeah.
You want it to not be zoned off, so it's like
You want
the
Breath
desert
of the
goes
Wild.
straight into yeah. Because it used to be much more zoned off. Like in the earlier games, you literally couldn't go between areas on the same map without it loading. It would be like rooms.
Right, gotcha. Oh, Ben,
Well,
no,
you played it with me.
Yeah. It used to just be like going between room to room. Expeditions, Ben, can be kind of fun, where you're like just in the zone and things keep spawning. There was one time I killed like...
So many.
Yeah, I killed like 15 monsters.
I think it was a session where we were playing with Onster, and then Onster and I left and you just stayed in.
Maybe, or I was waiting for you guys to do something.
I don't think you would have had time to kill 15 monsters just waiting for us.
Yeah, you want the game to be a giant ass expedition. Yeah. Oh,
You have a meeting.
not now, but certainly today. I saw like 7 messages.
I've lost the ability to use my paintbrush for some reason. So I'm stuck on the eraser, so I'm just doing what I can with the eraser.
Have you ever thought about doing a gaming stream? Never.
Never. We never would.
We've done several.
We
in
have
the
a gaming
past.
channel on YouTube that you can check out if you want to see gaming streams we're doing. Currently we're uploading the Deltarune Chapter 2 playthrough that we did.
Yeah, we played through a fair number of series. We used
It's
to
doing
put
weirdly well, guys. It's doing so weirdly well. Like, we're used to getting like 15 views or something. 15 to 50 views on gameplay videos. We've been getting like hundreds of views. What the heck?
I think it's because it's Deltarune.
Yeah, maybe. Like, it's still not big in terms of like, oh, big on YouTube or anything, but for us, it's really good.
Oh, Couch Monsters is an amazing little puzzle game.
Yes.
We were given that from the developers.
Love Couch Monsters.
They're great.
We have a playthrough of that on our YouTube if you want to check it out. It's very fun.
So Fox asks, hey Swift, are you planning to check out SAG Expo? Starts this week.
Oh, heck yeah. I
Is
sure
it-
am.
is
Sage
it-
is the Sega Expo.
Is it called Sage? Okay, I thought so.
Yeah, where like people are encouraged to share their Sonic the Hedgehog fan games. So I think all the Sonic fan game developers are gearing up to get ready to show their stuff. Super exciting. I love that Sega encourages developers to make Sonic fan games. I think it's wonderful.
It's awesome. Yeah, so we used to put Let's Plays on our main channel, but we decided to split off and make a Let's Play channel itself. And what that means is there's a bunch of playlists at the top of the Let's Play channel that are unlisted videos of previous series we've done. So there's like literally hundreds of episodes.
Yeah. Basically because it would have taken way too much time and effort to delete every single gameplay video we'd done from the main channel and re-upload it to the gameplay channel. So what we've done instead is just unlist those playlists on the main channel and list them on the gameplay channel instead. Yeah. So we're uploading stuff natively to the gameplay channel now, but a lot of the playlists are actually nested on the main channel, but just unviewable there.
Space Pirate Fenrir, yeah, share the goofy clip. Made with you, well, made with us. I think Doig might get the reference. Yeah, for sure.
It's the place where you live. Everything is an eraser now. Can you NDA me for a sec, Mike, so I can restart?
There you go.
Thanks.
Didn't make it with you guys in it, but maybe I could now. Okay, let's
Oh
see
no,
what
don't
this
worry
is.
about it. I think all will become clear when we see what it is. Are you going to show it on your screen, Mike?
Is this it?
Okay. A new foe has appeared! That's awesome! Oh, heck yeah! Your debut video is gonna happen! When are you hoping that you're gonna debut? Is it sometime this week? You can share my screen again, by the way, Doig. My brush is now working.
Awesome.
So if anyone's wondering what I'm doing...
Is it the sound that we're not quite hearing properly?
Nice.
Don't recognize that.
I don't recognize it either.
But that's just because bad memory, I guess.
What is it? But yeah, if anyone's wondering what I'm doing, I am currently tying down these drawings a little bit more because they're very rough at the minute, and I need them to be.
It's Smash.
I need them to be unrough enough to fill and colour, essentially.
So, can I? Speaking of Smash, can I? So.
Yeah, you can.
So Smash lets you know when you hit milestones, right? So you know, like you hit 100 battles, and it's like, yo, you did this. So, guys, I hit another milestone.
What did you hit? 500.
You think I've only played 500 battles?
5,000.
I got a
50 million.
milestone that came up, and it was like 7,777 battles.
Oh my gosh, Doig. That's so many! That's so many!
7,777 battles.
Oh my gosh, wait a second. If you times that by how many minutes a battle normally is, on average.
Don't.
How many hours is that? How long is a battle usually? Like a minute? A minute and a half?
Battles are usually like 2 to 3 minutes.
So times it by 3 minutes and then tell me how many hours that is, please.
And that doesn't even count the waiting time between battles.
No, it doesn't.
Which is usually like a minute to 90 seconds. Sometimes it's not even.
If each one was a minute, it would be 324 hours. So if each one was 3 minutes, it would be like... it would be 900 hours. How many days is that? Break it down for me. People are saying around 400 hours. Okay. How many days is that? Like, that's like 20 days straight, right?
I'm not a pro Smash player in the slightest.
16.2 days. 16 straight days. Nothing but Smash.
So 16 days of smashing. It has to also
16 days of smashing.
it has to also be said that let's say about 90% to 95% of those hours I played Smash. I play Smash
Go on.
when I'm on the toilet.
And then you have the audacity to tell me that I don't wait for 40 minutes for you to get out of the bathroom. That's 16 straight days on the toilet, Doig.
No.
Game! Perfect. I haven't been filling in the mouth gaps. Okay.
Doig, sometimes whenever I stream a Switch game and your name pops up saying you're playing Smash, I know exactly what's happening.
Yep. Yep. He's just sat there on the porcelain throne.
Just play a couple of games.
Swifty's hammering on the door, being like, when are you going to be ready to go out?
I'm not always pooping. Sometimes I play at least one.
No, you're always smashing.
But I'm always smashing. I'm either smashing or reading a book.
You go in there,
Listen,
you do
I'm
your
getting
business,
old.
and then you just relax. You're just like, and now for my 20-minute me session.
I always find it really funny when people are like, "Oh, I'm gonna take the book in," and you're like, "I'm going in." But as I've gotten older, I've begun to understand that a locked bathroom door is heaven. It's your own space. You get to do whatever you want. No one's judging you.
I'm judging you.
Usually, now I've got
always
I've
judging
got
you.
150 people being like, "What does he do in the bathroom all day?" Listen, no one's looking at you. No one's asking anything. It's great. I cherish my alone time. Yeah. I always find it funny when like the stereotype is the old man with like the newspaper, and I'm just like, this is my newspaper. It's Nintendo Switch and it's Smash.
I've done the opposite as I've gotten older.
Yeah, you speedrun.
I speedrun bathrooms. I'm like, I don't want to waste my time with this shit, literally.
I literally don't want to waste my time with this shit.
There's more important stuff I need to be doing right now. So I'll like take in a book to the bathroom, read a sentence, and then be out.
We used to live with a flatmate, okay? And for the first year, so the apartment that we used to live in was split over multiple floors, and it was a 3-bedroom, and one of the bedrooms, the largest bedroom, was converted into a studio. And that bedroom was an ensuite bedroom, okay? So there was 2 bathrooms in the place. They were both en-suites. One was the one that was our flatmate's ensuite, and the other ensuite was like the bathroom for all of us. The bathroom door was directly next to
Declan's desk.
our flatmate's desk.
Oh my gosh.
So for the first year, I had to kind of like, I didn't like it. I didn't like pooping or doing anything with the thought that there was someone directly outside of the door. I hated it. I hated it so much. So I used to like try and time my releases during like moments where I knew he was like either asleep or like when he had meals and stuff, he would go and watch a TV program or something.
And you'd be like,
elsewhere.
poop time!
It's poop time!
Go!
Eventually, I just gave up and I pooped
I thought
whenever.
you were going to say eventually he was like, you never used the bathroom. Why? I've never seen you use the bathroom. Do you ever go?
The first year I didn't have Smash. So I would just read
So
or
your
whatever.
bathroom breaks were actually just a normal length of time.
Yeah. But yeah, I really didn't like that. I really like that we have. Okay, so we're in a similar situation in our current apartment. There's our bedroom. One of the bedrooms is the studio, and there's a bathroom en suite. I don't like that toilet. I like the other toilet that's away. I go to the other toilet.
Yeah, it's nice. We have two. We have one regular bathroom, one which was meant to be an ensuite, but is just connected to the office. So if you want to do your business and you don't want to do it in an office, you can just go to the bathroom, and it's great.
I love it. I love it so much.
You know, and if Doig is in there playing Smash, I can just go to this bathroom. And it's great.
Yeah, because I
It's
used
not
to
like-
get disturbed.
Yeah, it's not like when we were living with a flatmate where Doig would be in there for effing 20 minutes and I'd really need it. And I'd be like, I have to go and use the one which is co-joined to our flatmate's bedroom when he's still in there because I can't get into the one that Doig's in because he's playing Smash.
Forgot that part.
See, that was
That was your
scary
hell.
because there was in the ensuite there was a door out to the hall and there was a door directly connecting it to the bedroom.
So you had to
So if
lock
it was
both.
in there, it was like,
Did you lock it or did you?
of course I locked it,
Okay.
but it was still like he's
We were-
right there. He
he's-
can hear me. He knows exactly what I'm doing.
How funny would it be if he were like woke up and he was like going into his bathroom and he went to open the door and didn't open, he just walked into the door. Just lock him in his own bedroom.
Oh my gosh, you're finding that way too funny.
So I just like the idea of it.
You like pooping in silence. What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you, confetti penguin? I always have to have some kind of distraction.
Smashing. So yeah, getting back, I've played over 7,000 Smash battles in like 2 years.
Wow. That's a lot.
It's pretty much the only game I've consistently played. It's the new Rocket League.
It is.
I haven't played Rocket League in years. I do
Smash
this.
is so good. It's
I
such a
do
good
this.
game.
I have one game. It's usually a competitive online game. I just play it forever. It was Halo Reach back when I first graduated university. When I graduated university, my parents were like, "Awesome! Here's an Xbox."
Aw.
And I was like, "This is great."
That's so nice.
And so I played Halo Reach on that after work, and then Rocket League took over some years later,
And now it's Smash.
and now it's Smash.
I wonder what it'll be next.
I don't know. Splatoon? I don't know.
Maybe.
Oh, you don't even want to know how many hours I have in Rocket League. That game did me for like 6 to 7 years, I guess.
Yeah, that wasn't a bathroom game though.
That wasn't a bathrooming game. That was sitting at my computer game. Can I see how many hours I've played on Rocket League?
Dum ba ba dum.
I'm gonna have to go soon. Playtime in Rocket League is 1,248 hours. Fucking hell.
1,248 hours.
Yeah,
That's a lot.
that's a lot
That's
of
a
days.
lot of hours. How many days is that? Someone calculate how many days that is. That divided by 24, please. Bum ba 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 dum. And I thought my 250 plus hours in Skyrim was bad.
250 hours in a game is nothing.
Well, you know when you get to like an Elder Scrolls game where it stops counting your hours, and you're like, ha ha ha. But I think it stops counting at like 250. So
Yeah. Wait, 101,000 calculator.
Pissy Encrypted said, I have over 2,000 hours in Final Fantasy 14, I think. I've heard that's a really good game.
It's 52 days.
Da-da-ba-ba-da-da-da.
It's 10:30. I gotta go.
Well, me too.
You've all been wonderful. Thank you very much for being here.
Oh, thanks,
We're gonna,
Doig.
apparently we're rating Pirate Software,
Amazing.
who's an awesome game dev, totally approachable, really knowledgeable. Their dad was the model for the South Park WoW player, if you remember them. They with permission based the South Park character
so funny.
on Thor's dad.
That's so funny.
I can say that because he said that on stream.
Yeah. Everyone go and say hi to Thor. Thor's amazing. If you don't know Thor, get to know Thor. Thor's
And it's
awesome.
like the least of Thor's claims to amazingness.
Yeah. He's developing with his team a game called Heartbound, which is incredible. Really, really good. If you like RPGs that give you choices and are beautiful and poignant, then you should check it out.
Oh, Ironoki, I think Thor's dad thought it was hilarious. And it was, as said, it was done with permission. Like, they showed him, it was like, are you okay with this depiction? And he was like, that's
Yes.
hilarious. Yeah, this guy.
Immortalize me.
That's Kurzik. That's Kurzik again. I'm not going to be able to grab this before we raid. Here it is. This guy. I think it was also modeled on his apartment as well at the time.
Until next time.
May the rest.
Oh, we cancelled the raid because we were too late.
Oh, no.
Sorry, guys. Until next time
May the rest
of your day
be filled
with
adventure.
adventure.
Take care, everybody. Goodbye. India, hit the button.
What button?
Yeah, exactly. I have to do all the buttons all the time. We should get you a stream deck, and you can press all the buttons.
I want that.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Maybe we'll give you the pedal.
Give it to me.
Okay. Take care, everybody. Goodbye.
Goodbye.